Hey guys, Rob from Ultimate Diesel Tuning, hope you're well. Behind me I've got a 2012 Toyota Hilux N70. It's got the 3-litre D4D turbocharged motor in it, and it's in for a few performance upgrades. We're going to be upgrading the clutch to this Hilux, and then we're going to carry out an on-car chemical soot clean to it, plus a custom dyno tune for much more power and torque and less turbo lag. I know the results we get on these N70 Hilux in power and torque are really impressive. Can't wait to show you, but before we do that, we've got to get it in the workshop and do the pre-tune inspection. The inspection is essential for each car that we tune here and informs a really important part of the custom dyno tuning procedure. It is to ensure that all fluid levels are good and there are no fluid leaks present. This Hilux is good to go and it's now ready for the replacement clutch and the on-car chemical soot clean, and then it's ready for the custom dyno tune. Clutch upgrades are essential with every N70 Hilux, as the standard clutches in them will simply not be able to handle the big gains in torque that we'll achieve with these engines. Our clutches of choice are the Extreme Outback series. We use several of these per week and they are excellent. The clutch in the Hilux was already slipping, so the owner knew he was in for an upgraded clutch, so he thought, why not increase the power to match the drivetrain with a custom dyno tune and an intake clean as well. Our on-car chemical soot cleaning procedure is very effective in soot removal from the upper engine components. We have other YouTube videos on this procedure on our channel that you can check out for further information. Alright guys, the upgraded clutch has now been installed, the chemical soot clean on the intake's been completed, and it's now ready to get it in the dyno cell for the custom dyno tune. The owner of this Hilux uses it as a bit of an all-rounder. He tows a caravan, he also tows a box trailer which is fully loaded, and he gets out on the beach and off-road with it. So he really uses it for a lot of different stuff. As I said earlier, his clutch was well on the way out, so he knew with a good strong clutch fitted, he could then get an awesome custom dyno tune carried out for a lot more power and torque and not have to worry about the clutch slipping again. He wants to ensure that he is maximising the engine's performance without upgrading the fuel system or the turbo. This Hilux has only got 110,000 Ks on the clock, and it's got a few nice modifications I'll talk you through. It has a Safari RMAX snorkel, a pre-fuel filter, a 3-inch turbovac exhaust system and catch can, plus a dual battery setup has been carried out with a very handy 100-litre fuel tank under the tray and a toolbox on the rear. So with the tune, we're going to be concentrating on achieving a lot more power and torque for him, whilst taking into consideration what the vehicle is used for, plus how much weight it hauls. We will also maximise the exhaust performance with the tune, which will help with the down-low turbo lag improvements, as well as maintaining further power and torque all the way through the rev range. First of all, for our custom dyno tuning procedure, we carry out power runs on our all-wheel drive dyno in standard form to get base power and torque figures at the wheels. This is how we know which vital information and figures we are starting off with for each vehicle, as every engine is different. We also test to confirm the engine is running properly with no underlying mechanical issues, then we carry out the custom dyno tune. Our tuning process involves altering the software within the vehicle's factory ECU. Using our specialist software, our engineering team is able to carry out recalibration of numerous engine control parameters, such as torque limiting, desired torque, fuel injection maps, boost control, and many more. Via the use of our dyno, we can accurately test these software changes to each individual car whilst data logging the engine's performance after each software revision. This process sees multiple tunes tested until optimised power and torque is achieved, based on the vehicle's use. It's truly a customised tuning process. We've now completed the custom dyno tune on the N70 Hilux. Let's check it out. In standard form, the Hilux, when it presented to us, before we did the chemical clean on the intake manifold and the custom dyno tune, the car had 86 kilowatts of power and 275 newton meters of torque. After completing the on-car chemical soot clean, the custom dyno tune with all the modifications, the car went to 118 kilowatts and 418 newton meters of torque. What this represented was 37% gain in peak power, but in torque, 52% gain in peak torque. And you'll see down here, below 2000 and up to 2400 RPM, that torque is really solid improvements, and he'll really notice that when he's towing his caravan and his trailer. There you go guys, another N70 Hilux out the door. This one we've cleaned out the whole manifold and given it a custom dyno tune along with the clutch. The customer wanted less turbo lag and more power and torque for his towing, and haven't we delivered that today with 52% gain in torque? And that's exactly what you need when you're in a diesel vehicle and towing. So if you're thinking of improving the performance in your diesel vehicle, this is what we specialise in here at Ultimate Diesel Tuning. So give us a call or drop into one of our performance centres in Brisbane, Gold Coast and Melbourne. And remember, we've got dealers all around Australia that can help tune your vehicle. Also, remember, subscribe to Ultimate Diesel Tuning on YouTube.